Next day. Now, bearing cap bolts for the crankshaft. That's the side. Crankshaft main bearings. Thrust washer, I always have it. The crankshaft rear seal. The bolt for the damper pulley. Yeah, this is from the nylon. Yay. Okay, let's throw it out. This, keep it there. So the bolt. All right. We are okay up to here. Let's start making some tests now. Like I said yesterday, piston, connecting rod, crankshaft, bearings. Flip the engine. I don't have an engine stand because all 10 engine stands are full. So I'm gonna make it on the rubber table here. I have no choice. Checking the clearance. Before I check the clearance with the plastic gauge, I want, like I said, to bring in the top dead center to see how much out it's coming the piston. Let's do that and then the rest. We are starting from there. This is what I'm going to use. One piston and one connecting rod for the number 1 cylinder, one for the number 4. Bearings, crankshaft bearing caps down. The crankshaft main bearings, I didn't bring it here. Okay, engine block here. Waiting. So yeah, the bearings. I have to prepare also the bearings. Don't fall down. Nice. So there are 2 ways to close this engine. One way is just don't care about anything, put it all up, put it on and call it a day. That's the number 1. This is not gonna happen here. The second way is, like I said, counting the deck, the piston to the deck clearance, counting the crankshaft main bearings, see the reading plate that's okay, counting the weight on the small end, on the big end of the connecting rod, and in total, the same thing for the pistons, the same thing for the wrist pin, same thing for the ARPL19, same thing for the connecting rod bearings and the safe that has a C-clip for the wrist pin here. Do the job properly, put it on, and then you can sleep happy. So the rest of the parts, like I said here, let's start. It's see, if it was, let us say, everything bone stock, no, I have to do it again, even if it was bone stock everything. Since you hone the cylinders, you resurface the deck, and yes, definitely you have to do it. It's not an option. For me, at least, for me there is no option. There is no other way. The only way is to deal with that and do it. Yeah, I know that I know what I said, but what's going on now here? If I put the crankshaft, I have to put some oil on the bearings. If I put oil on the bearings, after that I have to wash the bearings, clean it, and then put by again and check for the clearance with the plastic gauge. I get first a measurement, but I want to double check also the plastic gauge. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna check for the clearance with the plastic gauge, with the dry bearings obviously. Then I'm gonna remove it, I'm gonna see the clearance, I'm gonna put some oil, and I'm gonna insert again inside, because if I put the connecting rods in, I have to rotate the crankshaft to bring a top dead center. And like I said, I don't want to do that without oil. So let's check the clearance and then the rest. And the camera's out of focus again. Yeah. Looking good, looking beautiful. Not bad, not bad. Yeah. Dang it. Perfect. I like it, I love it. Alright. A little bit now. Have to remove the crankshaft. Yeah, I have to remove it. Why keep it in? Lubrication, a little bit oil, and continue to see for the piston. I want to check also the connection bearing, just in case, one verification. Should be perfect, should be exactly the same, and then continue. Alright, now, number 1 piston in, number 4 in, number 1 cylinder, number 4 piston. It's a top dead center, doesn't come more high. This is counting in inch. not in millimeters. So first what I did, like always, I make it 0 on the deck. There it's on 0. It's stepping here, here, here with magnet, obviously. Then I count it on this side of the piston and showing here 4,000 of an inch. Here again, a little bit on the right, it is straight. Okay. Again here 4,000 of an inch. $4,000 of an inch. And 4,000 of an inch. Alright. So, what does mean that one? That means that the people the machine shop who resurface the block, the deck, they did an excellent job. Because I have the same clearance, the same difference between the deck and the piston here. 4,000 an inch, it's 0.1 of millimeter. Usually when you resurface the cylinder head, you remove 0.25. So there is no problem with the clearance. They're not going to have any problem with the clearance. And they remove just only 0.1 of millimeter. This one, because I'm not going to close the cylinder head, I'm fixing the pieces of connectors inside, I'm washing everything, and then I'm sending to a different place that they will going to put the cylinder head what they want to put anyhow. So what I'm going to do from my side, I'm going to mention that this block, the piston on this block, it's raising up by 0.1 of millimeter. Just for the information, because if you resurface also the cylinder head and the deck, then you have different clearance between the valve and the piston. So the one who's gonna put the cylinder head, he has to double check the clearance just in case. If you use the stock valve train, stock camshafts, valves, and this kind of stuff, he shouldn't have any problem. So, yep, that's it. Now, removing it out, washing it again, counting it, and then putting it back again. Yay! Piece of connector is ready. The number 3 it's not ready because I have the piston to insert inside the piston rings, because now it's the time to fix the gap for the piston rings. Engine block is here. The engine block I didn't wash it again. The oil jets down there, all in place. So, making the gap, putting the pistons, like I said, this is the number 3, and then stretching the ARP bolts. One C-safe, this one, it's in place already. From here it's missing, obviously, because I have to pass the wrist pin. Alright, we are looking good. Let's continue. Every time, same story, every single time. Okay, so this one, this bottom piece, it comes 11 bolts on this. They're sending me only 9, and I've said that before that I want to use all the bolts. Since there is a hole and since there are threads there, I want to use also the other 2. Why do you use only 9? Since I have a space for 11. So one is this one. They're missing a couple of bolts. Then they're missing also these 5 bolts in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, and another one that comes from this side. And because it's missing these 2 bolts and it's missing also the 5 bolts in the middle, I cannot continue closing it. Crankshaft rear seal here, stand by with the new bolts, everything there. Every time, every single time the same thing. How many times? Anyhow, so where am I now? Piece connectors, crankshaft, bolts, everything's okay, everything's torqued down. I have only the timing chain for the balance shafts, for both. It's on timing, it's torqued down, it is on timing up to now. The tensioner, obviously, it's not been torqued down because missing this guide, and that's it from the timing. This is what I have for this engine. So, again, waiting for the stupid bolts. And I have said to the driver 100 times, you know what, this and this and this, and he make a list also. That doesn't matter. He has to do it again. Anyhow, from this side, I don't have the bolts, right? I don't have the bolts. I have the bolts only. Yeah, this is for the crankshaft bearing cap. This is for the side. This is the outer. This is the crankshaft rear seal. That's the bearings. So these are the bolts. This is for the oil pan down. This is for the crankshaft rear seal. That's how they're sending to me. Don't ask me why. So 30 torques. Leave it here together. So these parts are for the CHH, and the bolts that I use, the used bolts that I use to see the clearance for the plastic cage, I bring it here because I have to use it on this engine. This starts down. So yeah, pretty much that's it. No worries, I'm busy outside, so I can go to continue something outside. For what? For some stupid bolts. I have to finish this one. When I'm gonna finish this, I'm gonna keep it on the side to dry the sealant. I do not have an oil pump for that. Or not oil pump, no oil pan, not the frame, the plastic frame that comes inside. I don't have anything of this. So, and I'm gonna sieve it upside down. As it is right now, it's stepping on this nylon and it's stepping on this nylon. 1, 2. So this don't hurt the surface. I have also the paper. It's fine, it'll gonna be fine. It's a cast iron, it's not alsi. So that's it. Standing by until I receive the bolts. I'm gonna close this one, then I'm gonna take the other engine, I'm gonna continue, I'm gonna go outside to wash it, to prepare it, bring it inside and do the same thing what I did on this. And the same thing what I did on the previous 3 engines. That's it. If I have the bolts today, I'm gonna start again the camera.